like to call this meeting of the A&P Commission to order. Sheena, would you call the roll, please?
Let's see, Vandergriff. Holmes.
Here.
Wright.
Here.
Dodson.
Here.
Hollybush.
Here.
Quorum is present.
All right, we've got a couple things on our agenda for today. Discussion and vote on marketing services for all BrainCon's contract, and discussion on a 2026 funding event letter to applicants. But before we do that, I would like to make a motion that we reappoint Meredith Mills to the A&P Commission. Her term has expired, and I think she needs to be reappointed.
Second? With a question mark? I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
Could you call the roll, please?
Holmes.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Dodson.
yes.
Hollybush.
No. Motion fails. All right, next on our agenda,
I have a question. You said a motion failed.
yes.
Why does it fail?
Because there's 3 yes, 1 no.
Okay.
The vote has to be a majority of the commission, not of those present. So in order for it to pass, it would have to have
Okay.
4 votes, correct?
Correct. All right, next on our agenda is discussion vote for marketing services for all BrainCon. Do you want to do a presentation, or do we have any discussion on that? Has everybody had a chance to look at the website?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a presentation, but I'm assuming this is not continued on our website.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I thought you were going to say something. Does anybody have any questions for Danny?
So like the videography that you have coming out in the future months, if we don't renew the contract, does that belong to us? Or do you guys get to keep that?
That would belong
You know-
to you guys, yeah.
Okay. I just-
Any content that we've created for y'all belongs to y'all, including
Okay.
photography.
Right.
Does that include the state line landing page? I know you said nobody had really
Yeah,
claimed that.
I mean, the website's y'all's, yeah.
I was looking at the website. I had a question, but I don't remember what it was.
I'll pull it up too.
The easiest thing for us on that new website that we emailed you guys would be to reply to that email. We've got a punch list of
Okay.
things to finish, so we can
I'll
just
do
add
that
it right
then,
to that list,
when I
yeah.
find it.
Okay. We have heard from one person, so I know that, everybody got it and can get in and all that.
It would have been sent yesterday.
Hmm?
It would have been sent yesterday.
Okay.
Find it.
What did you ask me?
The website.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't see Fat Jacks in here. I think y'all left Jacks out.
I think they're in there. Right now it's sorting by featured partners. And I think that partner tag hadn't been added. That's what Meredith emailed us about. So
Oh.
they're definitely on there.
Okay.
They're just not showing up top, but we'll change that.
So will all Arkansas, whatever, nightlife, will everybody be included, or will it only be, explain that to me.
Yeah, good question. Because we have a tax base that, we're working off of. We also try to include other businesses, especially businesses downtown. We pulled in all the data from the old website or the existing current website, and that's how we got our list of businesses. So we work off of that list. If we find something new or, we see a ribbon cutting, we see it in the paper, whatever, we add them into that database. And if there's a different system to do that, great, let's do that. So right now, that's what we're pulling in is hotels, restaurants, and then bars. And if if there's anything else that y'all can think of. I mean, donut shops and things like that are on there, Walmart's on there. But yeah, so the first list that we pulled in was just everything that had been on the website. The list that we get from the city is of non-current taxpayers. So there's probably a list of current taxpayers, and that should probably be cross-referenced to make sure that everybody's on there.
So if someone isn't paying their A&P tax, they're not gonna be included in this? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's correct.
Well, we list everybody on the website. They wouldn't be a featured partner, which has like a little star, and they get top billing if they weren't paying the tax. But as far as what the A&P wants to include, I feel like that's up to this body. So we went with that list of businesses that was on the old website, like, the Wild Hare gets put on our nightlife map, but they don't sell food. They're not a hotel. So I don't know what kind of tax is being collected from them, but, we put them in there because they're in the downtown
fair.
district. Yeah.
As far as like delinquent or people that just don't pay, in the past, we haven't done any kind of promotion for them.
Okay.
They wouldn't appear on the website, social media, none of that stuff.
Okay. Are we obligated? I guess they're not pitching in? Is that kind of the attitude?
The rules of the commission are established by the commission.
Okay, fair enough.
And kind of our take, which obviously is not, the legal take necessarily, but we want to include anything that's fun that would draw people here. If they are not paying their tax, obviously we don't want to give them any special treatment or go make a video or, whatever, but we don't want to leave somebody out who might be like something somebody would drive here for,
Right. So the people that are paying, that are putting the money in, that are building this site are gonna get promoted on the site. The people that aren't will not.
Correct. And on social media, we try not to talk about those that are delinquent. Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't go and video at any of the places that were delinquent.
Any other discussion?
When do you think, if everything goes well, it will be active?
The website, let me see, I've got a little timeline. So we've shared it with you guys. The design and the structure are complete. Most of the content and listings are in there. Remaining things that we're doing is just verifying business info, like phone numbers and things like that. And then final updates based on y'all's feedback to us. And like I said, if you can email those to us, we'll get them added to our punch list. And we're hoping go live July 21st week.
Huh?
Yeah.
So if we don't do this contract extension, where does that leave the website? Where does that leave the content? I know in the original contract, there's a 60-day notice that we give you guys. Is that, since we're beyond the original end of the contract and extended it for a month, would they still be entitled to the 60 days to kind of transition everything?
I feel like the 60 days was within that first year. And so once that year's up, it's the Wild West.
So ask your question again.
In the original contract, there was a 60-day notice that we had to give to terminate the contract, either them or us.
Well,
If the contract ends, then there's no,
contract ended on, May 30th, extended until
June 30th.
June 30th. So unless y'all renew it, that's it for the contract. There's no notice requirement because
Because the contract had
that's the
already
life of
ended.
the contract.
To answer your question, or what I think I understand is your question, we'll finish the website. I mean, we'll finish it by July 21st. And
Is there any other discussion?
How long is the current punch list? I mean, is it 5 items, 20 items, 1 item?
I couldn't say without having it in front of me, and I didn't look at it before I came. I mean, doable within the next 3 weeks,
Okay.
And obviously, if you guys have feedback, we asked y'all questions around design and just, is this interesting to outsiders? Would you feel proud sending somebody to this website? Things like that. So depending on how you guys answer, that could change our list.
And is it, I guess it is, I'm looking at it. Okay.
Other things, just to kind of think about big picture, that would end would be, social media management, managing y'all's assets. We would turn all that over to you on a flash drive. Website hosting would have to be figured out, because right now there are costs associated with hosting the website, hosting the domains. Security, we own an email address for you guys that we pay for, things like that. And then your billboard contract is up in January, so that's fine. It's being billed monthly, so there'd be the remainder of that contract.
Any other discussion? All right, I would entertain a motion to approve the contract extension
I second.
And this extension is through the year,
through the end of the year.
December.
which is the city's annual, our year ends December 31st also. Okay. I'm for, yes.
And if I may say something, the contract, it will take some time. If you vote not to renew it, it will take months to get that process going again and hiring a new firm. And I don't know which way y'all are leaning, but the 60-day notice requirement, there is that still in this contract. So just want everybody to be mindful, kind of time frame, if you renew, not renew, things like that.
So if you did renew through December, you'd have 60-day, you could find a 60-day window between now and then.
And if we don't renew, does that mean the website is no longer active with the web hosting?
Well,
I mean,
You
I
know.
assume we would bill you guys for it, and as long as y'all paid it, we would keep it,
Keep it
and
going.
just like what's happening now, yeah.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Would you call the roll?
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Dodson,
Yes.
Hollybush.
No. Motion fails. Next on our agenda is discussion of the 2026 funding event letter to applicants. Should be the last page in your packet. Have y'all had a chance to look over that? Thank you.
I'm sorry, did everyone have a chance to read that letter? There, we provided you a letter there, and that's, and we can change it up. Yes, sir. We can change it up however you'd like. If y'all are happy with that wording, I tried to keep it to where, y'all weren't committing to any certain amount or anything. I mean, y'all can certainly decide on that if y'all want to place a certain cap or whatever, but just basically a notice to not expect the same amount of funding as usual.
Is there a spot online for them to look at the current application? I've never seen the application, to be honest with you.
I believe so.
It is on the our Texarkana website.
Could
It's
we-
not the updated one.
Could
We still have to
include an
update it.
updated application for this so they know what we're looking for?
Yes, so actually in that letter, I believe it says something about, these guidelines will be in the updated grant application or something like that. So that was one thing that we talked with Danny about last time, was getting that on the website, because we did changed the application just before you came on. Removed some stuff, added some stuff to just make it better. So, yeah, we can certainly get that updated one on the website.
Is the current application, is it on the website now? Is it ready to go?
That's my understanding. I can't tell you that I've ever been on the website and clicked on the application to make sure it's there.
And I
But-
can't either.
Could we put
Yeah.
that address on here so they know where to go, just in case, or?
Sure,
You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely.
So they don't have to Google it?
Yeah, no problem.
It's a good idea.
Could we send a copy of the application
Mhm.
with this? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
could that be?
And I mean,
Yeah, well,
I
hey,
guess
whatever y'all
that's
want.
what- I hadn't done this before, so when y'all vote, I mean, is there 5 critical things you look for before you fund something? I mean, are you looking for so much information? Is there a form? I know that the Run the Line does a really good job in providing y'all with the information, correct?
We go based off what's presented to us, and then beyond that, it's more or less your opinion whether you want to support it or not.
Okay.
And if you decide you want to support it 100%, and then, it gets divided out based on the support, and that ends up being what the award amount is.
And the goal for these dollars, these monies, is to heads in beds, seats in restaurants from outside of our bubble that we live in.
Yes,
Long story short,
in theory.
in theory, okay,
People don't always
right,
have that same sentiment, but yes.
okay.
Yeah, I'll send you some information to go through. Even just you having the application will tell you a lot about that, a lot of what the commission looks for. I'll email you a bunch
That's
of
fine.
information. You can
Because if I was filling it out, I would want to know, what are y'all looking for?
Of course.
It's my very first time to fill it out, I would want to know, what's the goal?
Yeah, the application is very straightforward. This is what y'all want to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
We do a workshop for the deadline like we did before. I know we didn't do one
Yes.
last year.
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
Do you mean a workshop to fill out the application, or just the one where they're kind of eliminating the really, really long meeting and giving like an overview of what their 5 minutes would be?
Well, typically, there's a workshop to answer questions they have before they fill out the application. That's usually in August, right? A couple weeks before it's due. And that way they can come and say, hey, is this what you're looking for? Is this not? And I don't know, did we record those? Were those ever? know-
I don't think
Does
so.
Tyranda have an outline or something that she left?
I've never been to that one.
She might, I don't
Out of
know.
the 4 years that before now, we never done one. So I think she only done that one.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first time she had ever done it. And based on the feedback that I got from the staff, that it wasn't highly attended. Maybe a couple of people showed up.
Was that workshop, was that an A&P workshop where y'all were here explaining the application, or was that just Tyranda holding an open meeting?
It was just Tyranda holding a
explaining?
meeting.
Okay, all right. I
Now,
got you.
I attended that because I was
Yeah.
new on the commission at that time.
Uh-huh.
So I'm vaguely familiar with how that runs, but
So is that a public meeting? I mean, if commission members are attending. it would-
Well,
it
if
would have to be,
commission
right?
members are attending, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd need to schedule it and have the date decided on at at the July meeting or whatever, or
Mhm.
this meeting. And hold it like a regular meeting.
So is that something that y'all would like to be involved in, or is that something that you would just like us to handle?
Do we have,
I mean, that's a third meeting, and there's 2 long meetings after that.
and the
Yeah.
goal of that is just to make sure that the applicants are aware of how to fill out the paperwork properly, so when we get it, it's complete.
Correct. Yeah, so y'all do, so it eliminates a lot of questions and
Right.
shortens y'all's meetings.
I do not want to attend.
Yeah, I don't think we would really have to be.
We'll just
Yeah.
plan on us doing it then.
Yeah, just
Okay.
announce it, and if people show up, they show up. If they don't,
Right.
they don't.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right, so do we need to take action on this letter to applicants?
No,
We don't need to vote, we just send it out?
yeah.
Does anybody want to change anything?
I just want to say, I think this is a well-written letter. This is a very good letter. It's detailed to the point.
Thank you. Thank you. I will add the website to it, like y'all have requested.
Yeah, and just so they'll, because first thing
No,
I
it makes
pick up my
sense.
phone and go to it and
Yep.
take a look at it and see what I'm looking at.
Yep.
All right, do we need to declare a vacancy so that we can notify the people that collect and remit the tax that there's a vacancy?
Now, the bylaws say a vacancy may be declared by the chairman if a commission member should resign, misses a total of 3 consecutive meetings without just cause, the member's establishment becomes delinquent in paying A&P taxes, or if the death of a member occurs. And it's intimated that upon the expiration of a regular term. So,
Are you saying based on our bylaws, we shouldn't declare a vacancy?
well,
Based on those bylaws?
well, I think her seat is right for a vacancy, just because her term has expired. Now, the moment her term expired, up until it's deemed vacant, she can vote just like she's a de facto member. Everything she does is legal if she shows up and votes and does anything. But yes, I believe you can declare a vacancy. Now, the vacancy, it says, shall be filled by a nomination made by the remaining members of the commission with approval by the city board.
Same process we've always done.
Does it say anything by being re-elected
Yes.
in our bylaws?
Y-
I don't have them in front of me.
Yes. Let me see that exact language. I was reading it before.
So her term expired, and expired June 30th? Or when did it?
Or, I think in March.
Yeah, it's been expired
It's
for
been expired?
2 or 3 months, something
And
like
obviously
that.
she's aware of it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
And what's the normal process if a board member wants to stay on the board? I mean, do we, and I'm asking personally, I mean, do I have to tell everybody I want to renew, or what's the process?
You can, a member can be reelected. I'm trying to look, I mean, I
Okay.
read it probably 5 minutes ago, and I'm trying to look for it. But the member can stay on until he or she resigns or a vacancy is declared because of an expiration. And then a nomination by the remaining members goes to the full board, and then they vote.
So we appoint, the board confirms, is kind of how it's structured.
Well, I know it's in here, but yes, you can serve again.
And does anyone know why she hasn't done that to this point? I certainly don't. I mean, but if her term expired in March, why are we sitting in June and nothing's happened as far as her particular spot on the board?
So I talked to her when her term expired, and I had assumed that she would need to be reappointed, which I'm kind of new at this too, so I haven't been involved with A&P much in the past. But, and she said that she did want to continue, and I was thinking that she would need to fill out another application or something, but she didn't need to fill out another application, and as long as the commission doesn't vote to reappoint or not reappoint, she's a de facto member, right?
Right.
And did we vote to reappoint her earlier? I don't remember if we did or not.
I think that was discussion was about president, vice president, or chair, vice chair.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we had never previously voted to reappoint her or anything. So I guess it's really kind of up to the commission whether they vote to reappoint or
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a majority of everybody?
of the
Well-
commission.
Right. Yeah.
Well, every vote is the majority of the
The whole,
commission.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head what it would be of
Right.
the people who just show up, which would at least be a majority, 4. In either way, it would be 4. You need 4 votes to do it.
4 out of 7, 4 out of 6, 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
So do we vote on declaring the vacancy, or do
Well,
I just declare a vacancy?
I believe as acting chairman, it says it may be declared.
Now,
That's
will you
what
read-
we did when we had the last vacancy.
Yeah.
Director Brewer just
And-
declared a vacancy.
And that triggers, the bylaws say, shall be advertised on the City of Texarkana, Arkansas website. Notice of the vacancy shall be forwarded via United States Postal Service to restaurants and hotels within the City of Texarkana. And then the vacancy shall be filled by nomination, approved by the council.
I declare vacancy. All right, is there any other business? All right, our next meeting is Tuesday, July 15th at 4:30 PM. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
A second.
You have to make the motion.
Oh, I make a motion.
I entertain the
I
motion,
entertain the motion.
and you motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Call the roll, please.
Holmes,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Dodson,
Yes.
Holly Bush.
Yes. Meeting is adjourned.